All right, guys, we're going to talk about the other three trig functions that we'll be working with this year. We are all familiar with sine, cosine, and tangent. We've been using those to solve triangles. But guess what? There are three more trig functions. Now, the way I want you to remember these, because there's going to be a lot of memorizing and a lot of new information coming at you. So the way you want to think of these is about reciprocal. So we also call these the reciprocal identities because they relate to sine, cosine, and tangent. So sine is defined to be the opposite over hypotenuse. We have a new one called cosecant. It's CSC for short. So cosecant of theta, it's the reciprocal of sine. So it's a hypotenuse over the opposite. Okay, or again, it's the reciprocal, so cosecant is also known as 1 over sine theta. So that's cosecant, CSC. All right, we got cosine, which is the adjacent over hypotenuse. That's how it's defined, and that's how we've been using it. That one has a reciprocal. It's called secant, S-E-C of theta, which is the hypotenuse over adjacent. So again, it's just the flip of cosine. We also see it as secant of theta equals 1 over cosine theta. All right, the last one is tangent. It relates to tangent. So tangent, again, is opposite over adjacent. Its reciprocal is cotangent. COT for short, and that one's the reciprocal of tangent adjacent over hypotenuse. Also seen as cotangent theta equals 1 over tangent theta. Okay, hopefully that helps with all your definitions. They work in the exact same way. Unfortunately, there is no cosecant, secant, or cotangent buttons in your calculator. So you're gonna really have to use these relationships. You can still use solve for cotangent. You just have to use the tangent button when you're working with it. Same thing with secant. You have to use the cosine button when you're solving. And same thing with sine. Or you can just rewrite it in terms of sine, cosine, and tangent, so you can just directly use the calculator when solving. All right, I hope this helps. Write down any questions if you have them and come when you come to the live sessions.